What's going on, David? All Clean Services. How everybody doing? I'm back. I finally had a chance to get off the road. So, what we're going to talk about today? See a lot of people popping in. What we're going to talk about today? Let's talk about the thing that I ain't gonna say every truck driver, but the majority of truck drivers don't really care for, and that's construction. Even though we want the roads fixed, we don't want the construction to slow us down. So let's talk about construction. Now, I done worked I drove dump trucks, in the construction field. So when you're driving dump trucks, it don't bother you because that's your job. But when you're not driving dump trucks, then hey, it's like a hindrance to us. So, as much as we need construction done because of all the potholes they got on the roads now, it takes a lot on your body. So every time you hit a pothole, you figure, people get a lot of back problems. Their knees start acting up. So that's what truck drivers dealing with today, a lot of back problems, knee problems, just from driving down the road, hitting potholes. So it's a big deal for truckers. Let's see. I still got people joining. I know I missed a couple of weeks, but I'll trying to get these deliveries out here. Well, I'm from Louisiana, born and raised. North Carolina, y'all just got too much traffic, man. And people wouldn't even think North Carolina have that much traffic. But y'all have a lot. Well, Louisiana, we got our own lingo, our accent, like just travel. Well, I haven't been around a lot of North Carolina people, but South Carolina, yeah, especially coming out of Georgia, where that state line at. Well, Louisiana got I don't know, it's like a laid back talk. Well, it's just, I don't know, a lot of people like us to say certain words. But yeah, this construction, like, I don't know if they be fixing the wrong areas, but you get in the construction zone and it's like, okay, why is y'all fixing this area? Like a mile back, they had all the potholes. So, I mean, I hit a lot of potholes just Nah, Lamont, I'm not an owner operator. I drive company. The reason why I drive company, because I did the I guess the whole 1099 thing. The only problem with that is they take money out your check and then they put it into an escrow, and then when you decide to leave them, they make up all kind of excuses why they can't get an escrow back to you. So that's why I'm like, man, you know what? Skip that. I'm just gonna go ahead and go company. That way I get all my money, and I ain't gotta worry about y'all holding nothing for me. So that's why I jumped off the whole 1099 thing. But hey, if you're gonna stick with it, then that's something different. But you know, if you're gonna buy your own truck, even with buying your own truck, like, shoot, sometimes you gotta rent a trailer. So it's like you losing on that end. So I just stick with the company. Hold on, I got a couple questions here. Oh, definitely. They always stay safe. Well, by law, they can hold it for 45 days. That's by law. Now, some companies will go ahead and they wouldn't wait the whole 45 days. They'll give it to you, but you know, that's a long time to be waiting to see if somebody gonna give you back your money. So Lamont, this company that I work with, yeah, they definitely a good company. Whenever I need to take off, they got no problem with it. The only problem is you deal with the airports a lot. So this morning, I almost hit I was going towards the airport, and I'm looking in my rearview mirror, and I noticed it was a cop. So the cop sitting behind me, just rolling on side of me. So as I'm driving, like, it's probably like 4, 5 in the morning. So it was a low clearance. So I didn't realize it till I got right up on it, because the sign's small. So they got the I don't know if y'all ever paid attention going into the airports. Well, when you're going into the airports on the arrival side, they got a height thing, and it said 8'6". So I'm like 13'6". So I'm like, oh no. So I hit the brakes. So he left. I guess he knew I was gonna run into it. So he left. He stayed back behind the trailer so I'd be able to get over. Man, I wasn't even thinking about the doggone low clearance thing. I was trying to find a receiver. But going into the airport, you gotta watch all the signs, especially if you're in a truck. because it have like little duck off roads where you got to turn off on just to get, you know, around the airport. If you're not paying attention, you'll mess around and hit that dog on low clearance. And like he was literally, he didn't cut his lights on or nothing. He just sat there and just coasted right on side of me. And I guess he was waiting to see if I was gonna hit it or not. But luckily I caught that mug right before I hit it. So Lamont, I've been driving for like 17 years. I know I got, you know, off subject, but yeah, I was driving for 17 years. The company that I'm with, it's a real good company. You know, they know you. So it's not a big company, but they got like 2 terminals. So, you know, they take care of their drivers. So if you need like some cash or something, they'll shoot it out to you and just take it out your check or whatever. But yeah, Grant, I'm from Louisiana. Let's see. What company? So, trying to see what. So with no experience and right out of school. Okay, the company that I work with, you got to have a lease. They want a lease. Two seasons of winter driving. So if you, let's say you start in October, that's basically around when the winter time start. You drive those 3 months. You drive the year after, and then, you know, the company I'm with, that's when he'll talk to you. But fresh out of school, you gotta get with one of these big companies. Like, not too many small companies gonna want to, you know, mess with you because it's an insurance thing. So it's really the insurance companies that hire you. So, like I was saying in, you know, my other videos, big companies, they self-insured, so they can hire whoever they please. So 1099 is big money. I drive big miles with company. So I mean, you don't necessarily have to. So you can make money with company too. So it just depends on how much the company paying. So 1099, the only difference is they're not taking taxes out. You got to pay your own taxes. That's the only difference. So the benefits, well, you know, with company, you're gonna get benefits. So they got the regular medical, dental, vision, you know, 401k, and the whole package they give company drivers. So I'm gonna tell you this: the company, look up this company. It's called Wheeling Transportation. Ask for David. Tell him that I sent you, and he gonna do whatever he could do to try to put you on. If you know you got enough experience, he'll try to work with you to try to get you in there. But his name David. He's the general manager. So I already told him that I'm gonna send some people his way. So if you say that I sent you, then he gonna try to look out for you. Now I ain't saying that he gonna get you on if he can't get you on, but if you got enough experience where he could like maneuver, then he gonna put you on. So your boy Mac, I get paid as soon as I get to a ship or a receiver. My hourly pay kick in. That's another thing I was saying about the 1099. You gotta wait. You gotta give them 2 hours. But with me, as soon as I pop the brakes on the truck, my time starts. So if they want to take 4 hours, they want to take 5 hours, hey, I'm still getting paid. So, hey, it don't really even faze me because I'm still getting paid. So I get my mileage pay, and I get hourly pay for having to wait. So the company that we got a contract with, like, they pay everything that you put on the truck. Every mile you put on the truck, that's what they pay for. Ain't no practical miles. Every mile that you put on the truck, even if you get lost, you still get paid for them miles. So that's what I'm saying. Y'all got to get y'all experience up, then y'all can get with these companies like this. But no company really want to mess with you unless you got 2 years experience. But I talked to the guy over here. He told me that if you could prove 2 winter driving, because he said, I know you could drive, in the spring and summer, like, but it's the winter driving that companies be skeptical on. So MSF, you just got your CDL permit for New York? I'm trying to understand what you mean. So, Poppy, let me tell you, CDL is always worth it. Reason being, even if you don't drive a truck, you could still drive your regular car with a CDL. So what the CDL does, it gives you an extra avenue. It pretty much give you an extra job in your pocket, put it like that. So if you're doing something else, like working in a warehouse, doing construction or something like that, and you got a CDL, you could always go to driving trucks. So if that don't work out, then you could come over here and drive trucks. So a CDL it practically guarantees you a job. That's what a CDL does. So you ask me, is it worth it? Yeah, it is worth it. Because when I get out this truck, I'm going hop in my vehicle. I'm going to drive wherever I got to go. I go work somewhere else. That don't work out for me. Hey, I did that. I worked in a warehouse. I worked in a warehouse for 3 years. The warehouse wasn't working out for me because I was used to being on the move. Got out of that. Hey, let me get back in these trucks. So, hey, it's worth it. So, Robert Hill, you said, is it over the road or local? They got local drivers, but they're not really hiring for locals right now. So the thing is to get your foot in the door. So if you got to go over the road until a local position open up, then that's how you do that game. But it's not really over the road. It's regional. So you might go to Minnesota, you might go to Detroit, you might go. It just depends on what run you want to take. Sure, they got runs going all the way to Miami if you want it. They got runs going to New York. They got runs going to Texas. They got runs going to Louisiana. They got, like, it's what you want. It's the airport. So, Money Chaser, they start you out at 63 cents a mile. But the thing is, you getting paid for every mile that you put on the truck. So you go to any other company, you gotta drive empty miles to your pickup or your delivery, and then they going by zip code to zip code. This company not doing that. So you get paid for every mile that you put on a truck, plus you get put in a brand new truck, plus you get paid by the hour, plus you have satellite radio. So plus you get priority if your truck break down. So what I mean by priority is they got their own mechanic shop. Like Northwest Trucks, they got their own mechanic shop. So if something go wrong with the truck, as soon as you drop that inspection sheet in their mailbox, they coming out to get that truck, putting it in the bay. They working on that truck. So by the time you come back, your truck fixed. They got their own parts. They got, like, it's official. But like I said, you got to get that experience. Let's see. Work with me, people. Work with me, people. I'm going back into the messages. So Seymour, I've been driving for 17 years. I'm gonna try to do this quick. Okay, Mississippi, I see you. All right, let me see. So Samantha, so when you take this, are you talking about the computer test or the driving part? I'm gonna do both. If you're talking about the computer part, then don't waste too much time on a question. Hit the answers that you know. Get all the questions that you know. I say, if you read a question, you can't think of the answer, skip it. Go to the next one, because what it is going to circle back around. So you only get, how can I put this? You get penalized for missing, I think it's like six questions. So if you get the answers wrong, that's how you get penalized. So as long as you can avoid getting questions wrong, that's what I mean by skipping it. So you can work your percentile up to 80%. So once you reach 80%, it's gonna click off. It's not gonna let you go no further. So if you skip the ones that you didn't know and you hit the ones that you do know, once it hit 80, then you passed. But if you waste a whole lot of time trying to think too hard on it and you get it wrong, then that's a answer mark wrong. So just skip the ones you don't know. Just keep answering the ones that you do know. Now for the driving part, don't think of, well, shoot, that's the permit. The driving part come in when you actually going to get your CDL. All right, so I answered your question for that one. So David Ray, the company name is Willing Transportation. Hemi Hendricks. Tips on how to grow a beard. Well, I just let it grow. Make sure you wash it just like you do your hair. Put your oil in there to keep your skin moisturized, and that's pretty much it. It's just like the hair on top of your head. Nah, man, I ain't with no Uncle Elroy. Like, I don't know. I haven't heard too many people say nothing bad about him. Oh shoot! So this is what you could do about that reckless. You could you got to you got to try to talk to the DA and see if he could lessen that for you to a non-moving violation. But that's 2 years ago. So what they trying to do, they trying to wait for it to fall off. Because like I said, it's an insurance company that's hiring you. It's not the trucking company. So that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to wait for it to fall off. So Mark, like I was telling Samantha, don't spend too much time trying to get, questions that you don't know. Focus on the ones that you do know. So if you come up to a question and you know all back that answer that question. The next question you don't know right all back, skip it. The next question, like just keep running it like that, because all you need is 80%. Once you get 80%, let's say they got 50 questions. Well, I'm gonna do something shorter, 20 questions. And you get to like your 15 question, and you know you got all 15 of them right. All right. It doesn't matter if you get any wrong after that. All you need is one more, and then that's it. All you need one more correct, and that's it. So you could just guess after that if you want. But as long as you get that last question right, you'll pass. So don't focus on that. And another thing, when the people hear the word test, they naturally get nervous. Don't think of it as a test. Just sit there and relax. Because when you get nervous, then you start forgetting stuff. So yeah, that's what companies do. You said you applied. Have you ever tried? See, I don't know how many jobs you got, because some say 6 within the past 3 years, or 6 within the last year. So it's kind of like you have to. I know what you could do, but shoot, so basically, you just gotta you might have to go get with a temp agency. At least with a temp agency, you considered employed even if you don't work. So when you go to put it on your application, you put your start date and present or whatever. Long as you've been in a system. But stable work history, that's how they try to get you. But JB Hunt, you shouldn't have no problem with JB Hunt, getting on JB Hunt. I know they hire a lot of drivers with no problem. So like I was telling the so fresh out of school, you're gonna do a big company. Fresh off of school, you're gonna do big companies. Reason being, when you go fill out for these small companies know about these big companies. They know about their requirements. They know You know, they do extensive background checks. So they have a tendency to, you know, put you on quicker because you was with a bigger company. Yeah, Heavy Champ, that's a good idea too. To use the CDL prep apps, because most of them questions are on the test. No, it's wheeling. Wheeling transportation. Let's see. All right, Junior. Set up for my endorsements. Yeah, Heavy Champ, I see you. Once you get them endorsements, like that's when the real money start rolling in. Don't forget to get your try to get your doubles and triples too, Heavy Champ. So the wreck is not a The wreck is not a problem. It's really if they had any kind of fatalities. All right, Zeus, and I'm chilling out here. Central Transport, I don't know too much about them. I know they kind of like strict in their hiring. You know, they kind of like picky with who they hire. So Heavy Champ, $650 a week. That's kind of low. Well, that's $650 a week in training. They might be trying to lowball you on that one. Now, even if you knew coming out into the trucking field, you're not gonna make no $650 a week. Oh yeah, temp agencies definitely do truckers. You just gotta find I don't know where you located at, but they got what's the name of this doggone company? What's the name of this doggone company? Shoot, I can't think of the name of this company, but temp agencies, they do truckers. See, that's what I'm saying. It was like they picky about their drivers. So, like I know one company, like if you had your doubles and doubles, well, really your doubles, because they're not gonna ask you to pull no triples. But what they do is they pull for Estes and they pull for ABF. But you got to have your hazmat and tanker on your CDL. And, you know, I could put you in contact with the guy. And, you know, it's an over-the-road company, though. You know, they run teams. So, Estes and ABF, they like team drivers because the freight got to hurry up and get there. They only got like, I think it's like 2 to 3 days to get from, you know, let's say Chicago to California. So that truck got to keep moving. So I've been driving for 17 years. So yes, Wayne, I have hazmat, tanker, doubles and triples. So I didn't really want to do the passenger, but I pretty much stuck with the ones that I know that I was gonna get the money from. Yeah, real. I feel you on that. Like, yeah, trucking it takes a toll on your body. So you gotta exercise. You gotta stay in shape. I appreciate everybody that's, you know, helping me answer some of these questions that's popping up, because I'm falling behind on them. So that's pretty much why I wanted to create this channel, so truckers could help other truckers and, you know, people that's thinking about coming into the trucking industry. So I use the truck GPS. I got a truck GPS, but I just go ahead and use theirs on their PeopleNet. So for all my new drivers out there that's just getting their CDLs, you want to get with a big company first. You don't want to really mess with no small companies until you learn the ropes. if you can get hazmat, that's definitely good, because you can pull a dry van, hazmat loads. You know, once you get into like doing like the flatbed hazmat runs, then that's where you're gonna make your money, but it requires more. But you could start out doing dry van hazmats. So what are doubles and triples? Doubles and triples pulling 2 and 3 trailers at a time, at one time. Appreciate that, Zeus. Appreciate that, Heavy Champ, answering these questions on here. No, I always wanted to go to a truck show, but I could never get to one. Come on now, man. Come on, Tomato Man. Really? Man. Zeus, let me tell you about that place on Lamar. Oh my God. I parked there one night and I was sleeping good. Like that if you talking about Lamar, you know exactly the one I'm talking about. It's right across the street from Pilot. It's like a mom and pops. Because Pilot was, they was full. So I'm like, oh, nobody parked over there. Let me go pull over there. I see why nobody parked over there. Man, doggone woman came bamming on my truck. And you don't want to answer it because you don't want to wake up to all 18 of your tires slashed. So I looked through like the curtains to see who it was. So I went laid back down. 5 minutes later, came bamming at my truck again. I'm like, man. Got up, it was her again. I'm like, man, like, why in the world did I park over here? Like, yeah. So I know, man, I parked there one time after that, and no more. I felt the same way, but this is what I do when I'm with a driver I don't know. So what I do is I sit in the passenger seat first. I peep on how he driving, how he handle the truck. So I gotta sit in the passenger seat first, at least for like 30 minutes, to see how this person handle the truck. I ask some questions. Like, hey man, how long you been driving for? Once they tell me how long they've been driving for, I'm like, okay, you've been driving for 6 months. You've been driving for a year. Once you get to that 2-year mark, that's why insurance companies don't want to hire you until you get to 2 years. Once you get to that 2-year mark, now you consider experienced driver. So anything before that 2-year mark, you still new. So when I first, this is what I wanted to share with y'all. Then I'm gonna go back to the messages. Zeus, Heavy Champ, helped me out on the messages. When I first started driving, I had my trainer in the back. Now he sat in the passenger seat, watched me operate the truck. Then he felt comfortable to go back in the back and go to sleep. So I'm driving. I had the night shift. So I'm doing good until I got to that construction zone. Now, they put the doggone cone so far over to where you damn near on the edge of the road. So I ended up like coming off the road and the truck like dipped, but I didn't panic. I stayed calm and I put that mud right back on the road. My trainer got up like, you okay? I'm like, yeah, man, they had the cone too far over. I couldn't get past. So now if I see a cone too far over, I run clean over it. Like I'm not about to run off the road because y'all want to put the cones way too far in the road. I run clean over it. Same thing if, they got a deer in the road. I don't stop. If I can't get over, especially like at night on I-80 in Indiana, it's pitch black. You come around that curve, for some reason they always have deers in the road. You come around that curve, that's why I hit my first deer. Came around the curve like 2 in the morning. I didn't see it in time. All I seen was like a dark movement. That's all I seen. So once I got close enough, I seen that it was a deer. By then it was too late. I smacked it. So I'm like, and I could feel the deer like rolling on the side of the truck as the tires were going. So I'm like, man, like, if you tense up first, but after a while it's like, damn, I didn't want to do that, but I had no other choice. I didn't want to roll the truck. Pulled over to the truck stop, went inside, hollered at the mechanics like, man, what can y'all do to try to hold this bump up? Like, well, all we could do is like, cut this part off, take some zip ties, hold it up till you get to a shop that could fix it. But yeah, that was my first incident. But after that, I'm like, okay, I know what to expect once I hit a certain area now. So my alert level go up. But yeah, so team driving is not bad. You just gotta learn a person that you driving with. Like I said, I done drove for all of them. I done drove for Swift. I done drove for JB Hunt. I done drove for CR England. I done drove for them all, so I know how they coming. If you go with Swift, make sure your truck have an APU, because they don't want you to aisle the trucks. So when they assign you a truck, ask them like, hey, do that truck got an APU? If not, then I'm aisling that truck. Because they, like, I don't know if they still doing it, but like they'll give you like a warning and then, try to write you up for, aisling the truck excessively and all that. So make sure you ask these type of questions. That's one question I ask a recruiter as soon as I get them. As soon as they tell me, hey, well, yeah, we got brand new Freightliners, we got brand new Kentworths, we got brand new Peter. Hey, do the truck got an APU? Well, some do, some don't. Well, I need one that have an APU. And let the recruiter go from there. If he said, well, I can't guarantee, well, I can't guarantee I'm going to work for y'all. So we always get one of these on here. We always get one of these trolls. Say, what am I yapping about? Obviously, you're not a truck driver. So yeah, starting out, yeah, combination of air brakes, if you want to just, do the basic stuff, then yeah, combination of air brakes. Like, they'll put you in a reefer unit, a dry van. So low prints, APU is auxiliary power unit. So it's pretty much, it regulates, it's your AC and your heat if you don't want to if you don't want to run the truck. So that's really what it is. Oh yeah, I got endorsements. I got doubles and triples. So Kane and G. By you just getting your CDL, I say to find the closest major trucking company you can find. So you get your experience up. So what you mean, Oz? Yeah, what you mean by Oz? No, I'm not driving it in LA. Sure, I was in Florida last week. So if you got a bad report on your clearance house, you got to hire your attorney and get them to do that's really because what the attorney gonna do. He gonna ask them to do a I can't even think of what it is. But he gonna get in it, like, pretty much what he could get taken off. He gonna get taken off. So Johnny, it's each his own. If you worried about, what people doing back home, then yeah, it's gonna be hard for you. Like, if you worrying about, missing, holidays and birthdays and stuff like that, yeah, it's gonna be hard for you. That's why I said you gotta put that in back of your head. You can't focus on what's going on back home. So you just got your CDL. You got to get with a big company. So you can get that. Really, what you're doing is you getting a name to put on your application. That's what you're doing. So that's what the big companies do. They certify you. So that's why I'm always sending people to big companies first when they first get out of truck driving school. So then when you go to the smaller companies, hey, this guy was with, I hate to use his name, but this guy was with Warner. This guy was with, JB Hunt. Like, big companies like that. Hey, we know he know what he doing. Let's hire him. So over the road to start off, and then after you get your experience with over the road, then you could go local. Both of them got their perks. You could cook the same meals over the road that you could do while you're at home. You just got to get the pots and pans, the refrigerator. So you could do all the same stuff. So Tori, why you disagree with that? I don't know how you do that moving furniture. I can't do that. So Black Jew, it's how much experience you got? I mean, without experience, you might hit about 1,500. But if you want to go above that, then you gotta get that experience in. Oh well, yeah, you good then. If you got 3 years, you could probably go to any company and hit that. Yeah, you could drive at 19. You just can't go over state lines. So you won't be interstate. You'll be intrastate. So 3,000. I went out there to Salt Lake City, Utah, to CR England. And I say that the time I went out there was the best time because I went out there while it was snowing. So I got trained in the snow. So I didn't get trained like, during the summer and springtime and then the snow came up on me. I got trained like while it was snowing. So that was a plus for me. Okay, Tori, you say you agree with going over the road, but why you said don't go with a large company, a big trucking company? Well, Tori, I got an easy solution for that. Don't get a preventable accident. Because you got to think about it. The word preventable, meaning it could have been prevented. Now I talked to a guy that worked with them. I never like been with them, but he said he was making pretty good money with them. So 3,000. The easiest way I could tell you is just find a company that you want to go with, and mostly a lot of the big trucking companies, they either got their own school or they'll pay for you to go to school. So you gotta look for the one. Well, I tell you what, if you go on like these job sites like Indeed and just look up, CDL drivers, a lot of these big trucking companies are on there. They'll have no experience, and then that's the ones you will look for to fill out for. Then what they gonna do is they either gonna send you through their school or they gonna send you to a truck driving school. And that's how you get into it. And once they do it, they gonna ask you to sign the agreement with them to drive for maybe a year or so. But you think about it, they paying for your school. So, and then not only that, you got a for sure job after that. After you go to school. So So sorry. Now let's say this: a minor mistake. Now, if they said it was preventable, then it's not a minor mistake, because there's a reason why they're saying it was preventable. Either, you didn't get out of the truck and, do a walk around. I don't know what happened, but it's a reason why they're using that word preventable. So they looking at accident, but it's the preventable part that's holding you back. So you can have an accident, but is it going to be preventable? So it's a play on words. So I drive a Freightliner. Oh, definitely. Dr. G. I was just telling somebody about that. Your CDL is I guess you could say, your safety net. So my tip for any new truck drivers coming out here: take your time. That's all I can say. Take your time. Don't be in a rush. Even though your message might say, well, shoot, you're going to make this much money. Don't be in a rush. So we got an old saying out here that's called hurry up and wait. The quicker you get there, the longer you're going to wait. Yeah, I just had one drag racer do that. Mike Sanchez. But, sometimes you just gotta, stay calm and realize that, hey, these people, they not trained to know how truck drivers move. If they was trained to know how truck drivers move, then they wouldn't drive the way they drive. So I just laugh at it. Yeah, Tory, mistakes happen. That's very true. Mistakes do happen. That's why they give you the 3 year, they put you on the bench for 3 years. So after the 3 years, then you good to go. As long as you didn't kill nobody, then you good to go. All right, y'all. Let's take it easy on it. Mistakes do happen. So let's say this: as long as freight gotta be moved, they're gonna always call on the truck drivers. So no, I'm not an owner operator. For those that want to be owner operators, more power to you. But I didn't had. I don't know. I had some bad experience with some companies that make me not even want to mess with it. Oh, definitely. I don't care how many years you got. There's always something new out here. What's going on, little sis? Yeah, so like a lot of local drivers, local drivers make money too. I'm not knocking, local drivers. Over the road drivers got the the perks. So that's the difference with local and over the road. All right, appreciate that, little sister. Well, sis, I try to keep it up. You know your big bro. So I hold a lot of stuff for the airlines. So everything that the airline serve, that's what I haul. Whether it's dinners, chips, crackers, cookies, waters, sodas, like everything they serve on the airline, that's what I haul. So as far as my gross, I can't put the gross on there because I got eyes on my channel. So I can't talk about the gross. What's your favorite place in Africa? Yeah. All right. No, family, I've been on here a good while now. I think it's about time for me to sign off. But I appreciate everybody. I appreciate all the questions. For those that I was able to help, I'm gonna continue helping. But like I said, new drivers, if you keep your nose clean and do what you got to do, you always got a job in your pockets. All you can do is just stay safe out there. Shoot, I'm gonna answer one more comment because I didn't see this one. I don't know if you're still on here, but flatbedding, besides doing oversized, flatbedding is where the money at. I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all that. Flatbedding is where the money at. But the only problem is flatbedding requires a little bit more work. So that's why you get paid the money that you get paid. So as I was walking into the truck stop, I seen a flatbed truck that was hauling steel. And I don't know where these guys get this from, but he was hauling steel. And he had chains on there. Now, there's nothing wrong with chains. There's nothing wrong with you putting chains on steel. There's nothing wrong with that. The problem come in is where you don't put nothing on the edges. So if you take steel and take another piece of steel and slide that across each other, it has no kind of friction to it. All right, we talking load securement here. If I take a metal and rub it together, I got nothing to stop me from going back and forth with it. But if I take metal and I put, let's say a paper towel on top of a piece of metal, then I take another piece of metal and I try to rub it across there, I'm gonna have friction. It's not gonna want to slide. So that's where I've been telling people, like, metal cannot go on metal without some kind of rag or something on the edge. That chain is only there to apply pressure, not to hold that cargo. So when he go to hit brakes, let's say if you gotta hurry up and hit brakes, guess where that cargo going? Right into the back of his cab. That's where that cargo going, because there's nothing to hold. The chain is not enough. The chain is only to hold the cargo down. Load securement, you're supposed to be able to hold it down, keep the cargo from going forward and backwards, side to side. That's where DOT get a lot of people at with unsecure loads. So take it from me, If you don't have that load secured right, that's an unsecured load, you will get put out of service for it until you fix it. So if you want a quick out of service violation, put steel on steel and see how quick they put you out of service. Like, I'm trying to keep y'all from getting an out of service violation here, because I know 3 of them, then it put you out of work for 3 years. No company's gonna want to mess with you. So I'm trying to keep you from getting the out of service violation. But flatbed is where the money at, but it also comes with greater responsibilities. I did flatbed for many years. The only thing I hated about flatbedding is tarping. I can't stand doing tarps. Like, I could throw straps, chains, all that all day. But I do not like doing tarping. So that's why a flatbed get paid what they get paid. So flatbedding is where the money at. But if you're gonna get flatbed, you make sure you get hazmat and tanker with it. Because if you go into the oil field with flatbedding, they're gonna want you to have hazmat and tanker. So, you know, that's a tip for you guys that want to do flatbedding. It's a money maker, but it comes with a lot of responsibilities. So, but you know what? I'm not able to get all these shoot. So with Prime is like a beginner stage trucking company. So you're not gonna make as much as other drivers on the road. But let me go ahead and get off of here. Like, I've been on here almost 2 hours. But you know, I might come on here tomorrow and try to answer some more questions. Oh yeah, it's gonna keep you active. You're gonna walk around that truck so much and climb on top of that flatbed. Like, yeah, it's gonna keep you active. You gotta throw them straps. So yeah, it's gonna keep you. Hey, if you like working out, flatbed is the way to go. But yeah, I'll try to get on here tomorrow and try to answer some more questions. It's time for me to get up out of here. Y'all be safe out there. Don't do nothing I won't do. But y'all enjoy the rest of y'all evening. I'm out.